out that that comment was exactly what I was pointing out as. Like I was pointing out that that person's comment and mentioning Twitchy Witchy was what I was talking about.
First of all, I want to address a couple of comments. Can y'all stop saying that Twitchy in the comments after said why they tagged her? They wanted her opinion on it, not the fact that she is white passing or white presenting. That was in the comment section further down, which I realized was put in there after you had responded, Lance. But I also want to add to the fact, like, the big thing here, I want to go back to what Raven, when she was talking. Raven was talking about the fact that you just incited a bunch of violence against your own people by stating that they were white. And, like, there are people getting attacked for your statement. And I'm not talking about the whole you're not indigenous thing. I'm talking about white supremacy doing its tactic. And I hope that I don't get banned in the next 30 seconds. But that is what she was speaking to. So to also keep that in mind when we are talking about indigenous things. And like, that's where I want to make sure that we go back to that thought, was the fact that this also did impact those who are of lighter skin and now are being attacked for this. When they don't need to be attacked for this. Being indigenous is hard enough living in this life, as you know. Go. We already talked about that.
Okay, can I get you two to switch out real quick? All right, thank you for your perspective.
Thank you.
All right, I'm gonna grab.
I said identify. If you as an individual identify as white presenting or white passing, that is what I said. Okay.
Hi, you two. Are you there?
Yeah, hi, can you guys hear me?
Who is me? Because you have no effect.
I'm like the Kokoroke fairy.
Okay, fairy token princess, are you here?
I'm here.
Okay, cool.
So I'm not gonna like stay for long because I'm like kind of sad Brie got like kicked off for hate speech. I feel like she was preaching, but I just kind of like wanted to say like, oh, she's in the comment section?
No, she's in the queue.
Oh, okay. So, I agree with everything she said, and I think like what Raven brought up about how like some white passing people are like brought up in white communities and they can't control that. Like as a mixed person, it is like on to you to basically like decolonize yourself and accept that non-white side of you. And I feel like a lot of people are like purposely misunderstanding that, or they're using the excuse that like, oh, I was raised by white people, or like, oh, I was, raised around white culture, I don't know any better. It's like, okay, but it's still like your responsibility to decolonize yourself, like at the end of the day. And I felt like that comment was like a little triggering because like as a mixed person, like if I straighten my hair, I definitely look more like white. But if I wear my hair natural, like I definitely am not looking white passing. And it's like irritating to see like people in the comment section like purposely misunderstand like Lance's TikTok. Because when I first saw it, I also was like irritated for a second. And I looked at it and I was like, okay, he's saying identify. That's like the key word, literally. Like, it's not about how other people are perceiving you. It's about if you yourself are purposely like identifying and like erasing your non-white like ethnicity or culture or background. Like, it's, I don't know. It's like, sorry, I wasn't like expecting to like talk, but I really do feel for Bree. Like, I was upset to see that other girl talk over her. Um, it's really annoying to see white passing people use their voices to speak over like other like groups, especially people who have darker complexion and deal with like colorism and racism more. And I do think mixed people who are like more light skinned, like myself, need to kind of recognize like when we should just honestly stay silent on those conversations instead of like talking over and projecting our own like, you know, like our own traumas like onto like other like marginalized people who are experiencing it worse. Like, that's all I have to say about that, because the comment section like really is like pissing me off, like how people are purposely just like making up their own narrative about lands to like be bigots.
Right.
So sorry, I don't want to like keep talking. I want to let other people talk.
Okay. No, I thank you. I thank you for your perspective. Okay.
I just wanted to say, sorry.
Token,
I'm so
hold on.
sorry.
Token, hold on. All right. Thank you, Fairy.
Thank you.
Bye. All right. Go ahead, Token.
Okay.
Sorry.
So I just wanted to say something quick. I have a 2-year-old running around, so I won't be on long. She'll be screaming. But one thing I wanted to say is, you know, when I saw that video at first glance, I see, there she is. I understood it, but it wasn't until I went back later and I went and looked at those comments that I know you've spoken on already, so I'm not gonna, you know, throw it down your throat because I've listened this whole time and I've heard you speak on them. But I just want to say, like, as an Indigenous person, you know, it up, you know, I grew up in a very isolated community with literally less than like 350 people in it, all of which were Indigenous because we were very secluded and isolated. And growing up white passing in that demographic was in no way did I have privilege there. You know, I got bullied and hated on because I didn't fit in with everybody, which, you know, again, only in that demographic was that bad. I do understand my privilege now that I've moved away and into near a city and a town and with far more people. But all I wanted to say is, you know, that video wasn't, for in my perspective, what was upsetting to the Indigenous community. And I do understand, like, you know, you have a lot of followers, you're really big, and you do get a lot of hate, but a lot of the answering back, like I literally shared that video with so many people because I was like, look at this, like, you know, I totally agreed with it. And then I went back and looked at the comments and I was like, oh, wow, because I didn't want to be a part of that anymore. Like, I didn't want, you know, when that person commented and they said, what about mixed? And you said, you're white. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, that right there was completely invalidating any other person's indigeneity. Oh, and that's my cue to go because my daughter's going to cry.
Okay. All right. Thank you for your perspective, Token.
Thank you.
Hey, so I wanted to come back because one, I really appreciated Carmen's perspective and the fact that Lance, you took ownership of, you know, intent over impact. And I still want to circle back to Witchy because certain things don't happen in a vacuum. And we can't pretend that Womblands didn't happen. So unfortunately, people are projecting things onto you about who they perceive you to be based on a situation that they don't have all the information for. Like, that's just, I have no fucking idea what's going on in your life in real life. And parasocial relationships are really weird. I only have like 50,000 people following me, and maybe 20 have know me in a real life setting, right? But people tend to feel like they have this access to you. So unfortunately, Witchy did get drugged into the Wombland thing at a very tumultuous time in her own life, in her own unpacking journey, in her own reconnection journey, and in her own trauma story. And then here we are now. And even though that person tagged her in for like their opinion, and then you put the case in point, and I understand where that miscommunication can happen. Oh, so like, do you mean this person? Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. You see her as white. I mean, I also don't see her as white. I see her as indigenous, right? And of her Navajo tribe, but not directly for her, especially during such a time in her life right now. Like, I just hope that you extend a very explicit apology to her, because it's not just this situation, and nothing happens in a vacuum. And she was totally drugged through that Womblands thing, you know, without any desire or wanting, right? Banned, just a whole lot of stuff. So that's just something, like, you know, I'm not here to tell you what to do, but I just hope that you could sit with and offer that to her, because she was been involved in a lot of your stuff that people are now projecting more of. That part is what I definitely wanted to say. That was pretty much it for me in regards to
Yeah, no, I agree. There has been a lot of just fallout regarding the bullshit that Chelsea dragged us all into
Agreed.
in the Wombland situation. And Twitchy Witchy and I had our own conversations privately, and although it was not as productive as I wanted it to be, yeah, no, like, this is not okay for her to be dragged into every situation revolving around my content. You know, like, of course, like, I'm absolutely sorry and apologetic towards her when it comes down to the bullshit that seems to be circulating around me. I have recognized her as a Navajo woman from the very beginning. You know, like, before all of the Wombland situation, she and I were mutuals for a very long time, and have been commenting back and forth about how proud we were of one another. And it's just unfortunate that, you know, like, all of this has to include her. And like, it just seems that, like, despite anything that I do, there are a few individuals who will be gravitationally pulled into my bullshit, and I'm absolutely sorry about that. And my case in point comment was not directed specifically at her indigeneity or her proximity to whiteness or my proximity to whiteness. It was more along the lines of, like, that person pulled her into the conversation, and I wanted to point out that that comment was what I was pointing at. And yeah, no, like, Twitchy Witchy is an amazing individual. She never misses. All her posts are absolutely correct, and she's amazing. She's absolutely wonderful and smart, and her reconnection journey is beautiful, and I applaud her entirely. And it's been wonderful to see that happen, not only like on her platform, but on many other platforms of individuals who have been disconnected from their native communities, because in all reality, our indigeneity is absolutely crucial at this point. It's what's going to continue like our humanity, our personhood, and our political stance against this genocidal regime that is the American empire.
Yeah.
And
I think that's fair to say.
Yeah.
But I also, can I add this point? I also want to say this to you, Lance. I don't think that you are responsible. The same way you can apologize to her about her being a part of this conversation, I don't think you are responsible for her being a part of this conversation. You did not pull her in the conversation. Someone else tagged her name. Someone else tagged her name. Just like in the Wombland saga, someone else added her into that conversation and then attacked her and kept on attacking her. And we fought hard for Twitchy Witchy to get her account back. So I just feel like, and I'm reading these comments, and it's just what rings true to me, and what I said from the beginning is that some people just have a problem with Lance, period, point blank. No matter what he says or what he does, can you bring Breezy in, because she wants to get in?
Yeah.
Because we want to discuss something also.
Thanks, Des.
All right, bye, baby.
Bye.
Bye, Des. I feel like this, and I'm just going to speak from a Black woman's perspective. I have watched today in my life Miss Jones be attacked, be misinterpreted. See you later, Des. Words misquoted, accused, and then told right in that live that her feelings did not matter. And that really hurt Jones.
Well, not every Black woman, but yeah, sure.
Well, not I was meaning in the box. The box.
I'm making reference to a Black woman that left that live, and it clearly didn't resonate.
Right. That in the box, because I know you want to get to that part.
Yes.
And what is painstakingly clear to me is people have issue with this relationship because they're anti-Black. People have issue with this relationship because they are racist. And it's whatever Modern Warrior does for some people, it is never going to be right. This man has literally poured his heart out, has apologized over and over, has been totally vulnerable, has said why he put some things on his platform, and still that is not good enough. And I feel like people want to drag folks to the gutter, want to take your name and stomp on it and then say you should sit there and take that. And I don't think anyone should endure that. I don't care what you've done in your life. You should not have to sit here and be abused. And this is what I feel like people are trying to do. They want to abuse him. They want to abuse Miss Jones. And that's not fair. That's not fair. And if you have some unpacking to do within yourself, about that post, then go unpack it. But don't try to make him responsible for what you need to unpack. All these comments have nothing to do with the post. He said, let's walk that back. If you identify, that means I, the person, identify as that, not someone perceives me as that. I don't understand why we can't stick to the subject at hand. We've been at Romperoo, Sesame Street. Like, why can't we just stick to the comment at hand? The post. And all you guys that have attacked this woman, have attacked this man, have attacked me, have attacked Breezy, just because we're holding space for truth? Like, where is truth in this? All these feelings unraveling right in this comment section. So much anger and hostility, so much rhetoric, but no truth. Can we speak on truth and facts? Because that's where I lean upon.
So much white supremacy.
Like this, what do you? He apologized. She's not even here. She's not even here. But you want him to apologize to someone that's not here. And then when he apologized, then it's like, well, she's not here. Then what the hell do you want from him, blood? I know what this is about. I know some of the underlying issues, and I have said it in my live earlier. This is about racism and anti-blackness. A lot of these people in here don't like the fact that he is with the woman he's chose. Some have even called her a freaking prize, a consolation prize. Dehumanized this woman and then told her what she's feeling is of no consequence. Well, we ain't speaking to that. All we got is a whole bunch of babbling people in here talking about how they feel while they insult everyone else. I'm not the one. You come for me, I come for you. This is what game we're playing in this live when I'm in this box. So tread carefully. You're going to respect everybody in the box, or you're going to be told what's right. How can you tell this man what is true to him? This is awful. And to add insult to injury, during that Wombland issue, you know why I really spoke up about this? I don't know Lance from a can of paint. Lance, have we ever spoken on the phone?
Never.
Have we ever called? Have we even texted on DMs?
No.
Right.
Absolutely
I don't know
not.
him, but I understood his struggle as a person of color. I know how easily it is for us to be hanged to a branch without full facts. And that's what a lot of you did, called him an essayer very easily without the full facts, without even hearing his side of the story. And this happens to us all the time. I grow weary. Meanwhile, it is me and my people who stand out there, get beat up, shot. And I'm getting upset because I put myself on the front line plenty of times, and yet my voice has no validity. It's not even viable to you guys. I'm tired of this. Can anybody hold space for us? My God. All this ego.
Stop it. Stop. Sorry, Ray. I'm getting mad.
Go ahead.
I'm getting mad. What? I don't know who. I don't. As a Black woman, you don't tell Indigenous people to go unpack. She never said that. You guys stop lying on our fucking names. Stop putting words in our goddamn mouths. Y'all stop doing that. She never.
I never told anyone. Listen. Said that. This is how you guys do. Just lies.
Try your hardest will go to the depths of lies and delusion to invalidate Black women's voices or villainize us. She never said this. This is the fifth time this has happened today, where somebody has literally not only misquoted a Black woman straight in public, but straight up lied. And we're all in here. We all heard what she just said. And you're literally sitting here saying that she said that Indigenous people should go unpack. She never said that. Do you guys see how you display yourself? You display yourself. So I'm glad you display yourself so people can see when we talk about the shit y'all do and nobody believes us. I'm glad y'all showing everybody in today. I'm so glad you showing full face. That woman
she
got
never
that
said that. The fuck? She never said that. She never said anyone should cut their card up. She never said it.
Still going.
That is not true.
So,
go ahead, Breezy.
Real quick.
Nuggets.
So I did just see one of my mutuals get muted. I think it was Coalition. Just check this out. If you are spamming messages over and over again, they're gonna mute you. So just please be advised of that. I do apologize. It's only a mute at least. I was trying to find you to unmute you, and I can't. But yeah, so please don't like spam things. Please be respectful to the people in the box, things like that. Anti-blackness, anti-native, anything, honestly, any form of white supremacy, you're gonna be blocked immediately. I don't give a fuck who you are, because if you are a mutual of mine exercising white supremacy, gladly be blocked. I'm sorry, babe. Go ahead.
Like, and that's the thing. Like, and it's so easy for you guys to like. This is my thing. It's so easy for you guys to believe anybody against people of color, black people, and indigenous people. It's so easy.
Yeah.
You will literally not even do full investigation. So if somebody say we this, you'll be like, yeah, they said it. But turn around and we say something about somebody, you will doubt our voices to the full max. You will question up and down and validate, say all kind of stuff. And you guys don't even acknowledge, you don't see how like white supremacy is just seeping out of just in your responses to how you invalidate our voices, right? And just go and validate lies against us.
I think it's disingenuous when people keep on saying the same thing over. It's like a pathology or a psychosis. They speak untruths over and over and over until they believe it's true. They don't even care about the facts, because we literally proved this card saga as true. The truth, there was no truth in it. She never said it. There is no screenshots of it. Like, I don't get why people are still saying this. This goes to show you that no matter what you say, Modern Warrior, it will never be right for those who are always going to be your enemy. And that's what I know for facts. I've been doing this for a very long time.
We sat in a live today for almost, I don't know, I don't even know how long that live was.
It was 6 hours.
The woman that literally came and said that Miss Jones said this, the same thing you guys are saying. Same thing you guys are saying. We told her to get receipts. She got the receipts. We all watched the receipts. You know what she ended up doing at the end of that? Apologizing, even though her apology was disingenuous as fuck. But she apologized. So I want you all to understand right now, the more you repeat this, you keep repeating, Miss Jones said that this woman should do this to her son. Miss Jones said. What about the fact that with the comment, it's screenshot? We had somebody literally in there fighting for their life, and they go get the receipts, came and showed the receipts, and then literally said,
Is you, Nancy? That would have been a good ending to that live. Because at least she was going to, she did it finally admit in her way that that wasn't the truth. But I wish she would have been like you just said it, Nancy, because that would have been a wonderful ending. It really would have. It would have, if she would have done what if she would have gotten out of herself and put her community first, that right there, her admitting to her fault and not trying to hold space for her ego, it would have brought our communities closer together. But she held firm, 10 toes in for hours. Even when we said she did, and even when the truth came. And this is why I am, I see what I see and I know what I know. I've been doing this work for a very long time. I don't have Modern Warriors amount of followers on TikTok, but I've been doing this for a long time, and I rally people together. And I know this
for this man that you're not even seeing logic. Who is defending him? I just cussed him out when I was on Nugget's side. I just cussed him out and said, if you were saying them shit and F you. Like, who is defending him? Where are you guys getting this energy? We are literally stating concrete observations of nuanced topics, like for the fact that a man of color was accused of something. Everybody believed the white woman immediately. That is not defending Modern Warrior. That is defending every man of color. That's defending my daddy. That's defending my brother. That's defending my uncle. That's defending every man of color that stands in risk for some white woman to sit up there and cry, and everybody gonna believe her and what she say, even though it's a goddamn lie. That's what we're defending. We're defending our black men. We're defending our men of color. We're not defending Lance. What's not clicking, Steven? Like, what's not clicking?
And also, I don't know when it ever became Lance's responsibility to educate anybody. That's another thing that I wanted to tackle. Why are we educating people? If he chooses to educate, that's on him. But if he chooses not to and he wants to have a whole platform talking bullshit, he can do that. That's his choice. This is an interesting dichotomy. It is so interesting that people require Black people and people of color to educate them, but nobody's requiring white people to come and educate us. Come on and tell us what you think. Come on in here.
Who is using survive? Ashley Pedalina. Who is using white passing in 2022 to survive? Who? Who is passing themselves off as a white person, but they're actually not a white person, but they're saying, and everybody thinks that they're white, and the white community thinks that they're white, but they're not really white, but they're pretending and passing white. Who is doing that to survive? Who is doing that?
I just don't get it, y'all. I'm sorry.
Who is passing off as a white person? Who's pretending
I don't get it. I don't understand what he is required. I'm not required to do a goddamn thing. And I don't think anything is wrong. And that's another dichotomy that this work, the country, it is not, everyone has a problem with Black people or people of color making money. Far be it that this man uses his platform to make money. Oh my God, he is a disgusting human being. He wants to monetize his platform.
Mexicans that get pulled first. You identify yourself. We are speaking of, listen to the video again. I'm going to repeat the video again. If you identify yourself as white passing, you are passing as white. So yes, so you're admitting that you're trying to pass off as white. So the video is correct. Correct.
Yes, I don't understand why I don't understand where the breakdown in that is. I don't understand why people can't understand. If you identify yourself as a goddamn shoe, you are a shoe. I don't. If you want to be a shoe, go ahead and be a shoe. If you identify yourself as something, who am I to argue with it?
Exactly. I don't know who is doing. I don't know who is identifying themselves as passing as white. People keep saying this. You keep saying it. You keep saying it like it's hitting you somewhere. Like
Before they were already losing their mind because it was Lance and his woman on that post. And I'm telling you exactly why that was a problem. We heard it.
I'll say this. Can I just really quickly? What's really disgusting is the Native community stepping forward with their anti-blackness bullshit.
Thank you.
Fuck you. Fuck the Native community Native people who post this bullshit and are anti-black. Fuck you. I don't associate with you. I will come after you. If you are triggered and your white fragility is triggered because of what I said, you're upholding white supremacy. If you come forward with your anti-black bullshit, fuck you. You are upholding white supremacy. If you are Native and are coming for me because I'm with a Black woman, fuck you. I don't care. That is bullshit. That is not.
So we have to be genuine. Like
this woman, he's changed since he got with this woman.
Yes.
Now that he's with this woman, first of all, Ray was the first one to say it immediately. She said it. She said a lot of this rhetoric is coming from the fact that he's with a Black woman. I said it during Womblands, and I said all of these that he triggered as F with a Black woman, and here we are having our own community and black woman, calling this black woman a fucking consolation prize. That is disgusting. I don't care if you don't like her. There are many black women that I don't like. I would not go at this one because it's not just
Tap
if
the
it
screens.
was just me, I would just hit you and say something. But there were a lot of black women in that live that were just invalidated by your friends only video, and that needs to be addressed. Full chest.
Some people do care, sweetheart. Some people do care who he is dating. You were not in my live earlier. A lot of people cared, and a lot of I hold you in my heart because I watched what they were trying to do to you. And I said it from the beginning, and they continue to try to do it to you. And you are a person of color. And I acknowledge your humanity.
Thank you.
And this has been thrown out of proportion. And if this was and I don't feel bad about it. I feel like this is great. We're having dialogue. And that's what content creators do. We create dialogue. So he's doing his job. He's doing his job. But he's a human being. And I don't know why people don't get that. You don't, like, people forget. And I love when Nancy says this. You don't know us. You know our characters. You don't know me. And you don't know Nancy. You don't know Modern Worry. You don't know our souls.
Can I just say, like, all the natives, all the natives,
now. Like,
all, can I just say really quickly?
Real ignorant. I'm gonna be real ignorant. I'm gonna be real ignorant because two black women are speaking right now, and we're speaking on our experience. And whoever is in the queue can fucking wait. Period. I don't care. I don't care what you come from. Two black women are speaking right now, and you can fucking wait. We have our space, and we're gonna hold our space.
That's
exactly.
Go ahead, Modern Word, because I see it's indigenous people trying to ask me who I am. I don't understand why that's relevant.
To the indigenous folks in the fucking comment sections who are anti-black right now, fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Come at me. Come at me. Like, I can take your bullshit. Come to my content and talk to me. Don't come on here and talk to these women the way that you're talking to them right now. Fuck you with your anti-blackness bullshit.
Emma,
come to me. Go to my DMs. Go to my content. Comment on.
Go ahead, Emma. Keep going, Emma. We like when you guys display because then when we say things, we don't need to extra justification. Because you
women, the way that you're talking to them. Talk to me the way you want to talk to me.
Yes. Go ahead. Keep going. Indigenous versus angry black women. Y'all keep going. We like it displayed. So then we get to discuss it because everybody be like, this doesn't happen. It's just all in your head. It's not real. There it is right there. Okay?
Exactly. Exactly. You want to say that there's no anti-blackness in the indigenous community? If you are saying like there's no anti-black shit in the native community, fuck you. You're displaying that shit right now. You're displaying it right now and making the native community look terrible because you cannot fathom the idea that I'm dating a black woman right now. You cannot fathom that. So shut the fuck up, go comment on my shit, and leave this live right now. Fuck any indigenous person who is commenting in anti-black bullshit. Go to my page and do that shit because you're not welcome here. I don't want you here. You're not my relative. I don't recognize you as a relative right now. If you're indigenous and commenting this bullshit, fuck you. I said what I said.
I see a lot of people tagging an account and saying let them speak. You do realize you're tagging witchy bitchy, which is not witchy twitchy. Are you guys okay? Like, do you know even what's going on? is because Witchy Twitchy is my mutual. So if she would have walked in, I would have seen like a nice chubby little banner. So is she in here? Is Witchy Twitchy in here? Because the account you guys tagged was not Witchy Twitchy. Not unless she's got a backup I don't know about.
I thought she was in recovery, burying someone in her family. I don't even know why people are adding her. If this woman is recovering and trying to grieve for someone who passed in her family, let her be great. Like, I don't even understand it. All these so concerned people about Witchy Twitchy, but adding her for this nonsense. Like, no one is talking about Witchy Twitchy or Twitchy Witchy, Witchy Twitchy.
Nobody is being ignored. Stop saying that I'm ignoring Native creators, because number one, that's a Native creator. Number two, there were multiple Native creators that have been in here. Okay, so I'm trying to switch people out as much as I can. Okay, so please stop saying that anyone is ignoring Native creators, because number one, this is my space. If Native creators want to have a Native discussion, please feel free to fire up a live. Because
wow, I mean,
I don't feel comfortable in Native versus Native TikTok doing that in a space with company. I am white. Does the Native community really want to have it out with another Native person, another indigenous person in a white space?
Oh my God.
My apologies, indigenous. I will correct myself on that. Yes, because that's our job, not yours.
What's really funny too, though, is people are conceptualizing whiteness based on nationality, maybe Canada, maybe Australia. Like, America has a different concept of race. Can I just say that?
Yeah.
How anti-black the Native response has been, and how pro-white the Native response has been to the post I made. Y'all are going so hard for white people right now. Why? Why are Native content creators going so hard for whiteness right now?
Why did my black girlfriend just get suspended? Why did my black girlfriend
exactly
just get...
They keep doing it. And the fact that she was on your page posting and you were in it with her. They don't like it. Yep. And this is not a new conversation about the anti-blackness in the Native community. If somebody wants, I don't need to. I don't consider myself indigenous or Native. Whatever you guys, I'm going in line with him. My great grandmother was an indigenous woman. She had my grandfather, who was considered a black man. He was very dark skinned, and she had him by a black man. He was pushed out of the Native community and adopted by a black family. She did not keep her own son. So I have no connection to my indigenous family or Native family. So anti-blackness is not a new discussion in the Native community. It didn't come about with Lance's post because, frankly, he didn't say anything about that in his post in the first place. So you guys, some of you guys are bringing up stuff that was not mentioned. I know, I mean, Nuggets, decompress. Decompress. You understand this assignment, right? I know what's happening, Nuggets. This is what happens to us all the time.
The anti-blackness in the Native community, is coming out so hard right now.
She's here, Nuggets. I'm sorry.
I see her.
Excuse me, what, Ray? Anti-slip. You have enough followers. If you want to get in the box and ask me questions directly, you most certainly can. Because I feel like you're trying to ask me something about me and you're trying to address me. And I promise you, you ain't going to be able to address me the way you think you're going to be able to address me.
We're pretty much out of accounts now. Bree's gotten banned on my alt and now on one of her alts. Like, y'all really sat here and got the same black woman banned twice. And she wasn't even fucking saying anything for like 5 whole ass minutes and then banned. Why?
Yeah, because she was speaking from her opinion and people don't like that. But anyway.
She's speaking truth.
Yes. Thank you. I'm sorry. You're right. She was speaking truth. She was speaking facts. If you want to address me, you can address me. But these questions, I told you, I don't do free labor. My Cash App is $Ray521. Pay me if you want to be educated by me.
Hey, DC Willis, how are you? Where did Itty Bitty go? Did Itty Bitty pop out? Because everybody was screaming about Itty Bitty. Can somebody go get Itty Bitty? First of all, is Itty Bitty indigenous? Is that an indigenous creator?
I have no idea who that person is.
I have no idea, but I know there is an indigenous creator that is trying to.
Itty Bitty request, please. No, Lance, you're fine. I'll
she's Aboriginal Australian. Sorry,
oh, God.
I saw that post.
I cannot address somebody who lives in a whole nother country. I don't have that experience. I'm a black woman that's from America. I don't want to have the conversation with them because I think that's a total different conversation.
When Australia joins the conversation about American racial politics, get the fuck out of here.
Thank you.
I don't care if you're indigenous. Fuck off. Like, you don't jump into a conversation about what is going on here when our politics have historically been genocidal since the founding of white politics in America. You can't join this conversation. I'm not going to jump into a conversation about our Aboriginal indigeneity. Like, there's why should I join that conversation? I'm sorry. I'm angry because this conversation should not have been international. It's not. This is America, and there are black and native policies that are instituted in the Declaration of Independence that have been perpetuated for 500 years that you don't have a concept of understanding. Sure, you may study it, but you don't have a voice here. Fuck off. And thank you very much.
And I believe Nancy would agree with that because she speaks about people